In this video, we will discuss a pretty, in my opinion, urgent topic because it's quite likely that interest rates will fall in the near future. And we will discuss what happens on the property market when interest rates fall. So let's get started. Interest rate is connected to the real estate price. How is a price on the market defined? Well, economics basics, it's supply and demand. So what happens if interest rates fall? Okay, the supply will remain the same. Maybe in future it would be more built because interest rate is lower. But in the first place, the supply stays the same, but the demand goes significantly up. If that's the case, prices will also go up significantly. So in the current situation, let's say we have an interest rate of 4% and we have a purchase price of 200,000, just as an example. Okay? Now, if the interest rate drops, let's say to 2%, and the price goes up to 300,000, then some people might say, yeah, it would be beneficial to wait because the price doesn't double, but the contribution or the interest rate is currently 2 times more. But this is not the correct assumption. Because if you buy and rent out, the interest is fully tax deductible. So if you have a tax rate of 42%, you would pay roughly 2.3% net. Okay? So it makes significantly more sense to buy actually as soon as possible where the purchase price is lower in comparison to the future because your net interest will be 2.3. Because in the end, what will happen? Is the best solution? And now you know why I'm saying it's so urgent. You have 200,000 euros purchase price now. But let's say in 2 years, because the interest rate is growing, or 18 months or whatsoever, it would be 300,000 euros value, and you still have 2.3% net interest. So this investment makes significantly more sense. On top of that, if interest rate is decreasing, after a certain time, you can just refinance your mortgage on a lower interest. Then you received a big appreciation. Plus, in the future, you will also have a lower interest. If the interest will be higher again in 10 years and remains at 4%, for example, still good investment because you had 2.3% net interest. You have a value now of 300,000 euros. So let's say you made 100,000 euros in 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years whatsoever. Even if it takes 8 years, it would be still a really good investment. Because what will happen? Well, if the interest rate is falling, money is cheap. If money is cheap, many people will say, oh, now is the perfect timing to buy real estate. Okay? So you have to think anti-cyclic. Okay? It's when do you buy stocks? When the stock market is down. Okay? When will people buy real estate again? Most of them, when the interest rate is falling, prices will go up again, and then they say, yeah, but in the end, it's cheap money because I received the money for 1 or 2% from the bank. True, but you have to pay a significantly higher price. So it's not the best decision actually. Okay, in the end, obviously, the real estate prices will grow long term because the rent is connected to the price. Rent typically never goes down, which means even in bad times, the real estate market is more or less steady. But if more people want to buy real estate in future because the interest rate is low, the prices will go up significantly. So it's really a good timing right now that you consider buying one or two apartments, because you might have in near future a really strong appreciation, because more people will come back to the market, because many people are just waiting until the interest rates are falling, and when the interest rates fall, there will be party in the real estate area because so many people want to buy again. Okay? So please keep that in mind when you structure your financial situation. It's really difficult to predict when the interest rates will fall. Okay, but the Fed Bank in the US, their central bank, are already considering to decrease the interest rates, and if the US is doing so, the European Central Bank typically follows them. So I'm not quite sure if it's in 6 months, if it's in 18 months, might take 2 years. Who knows that? But what I know is if the interest rate falls, prices will go up significantly, and then you will pay a much higher price, yes, with a lower interest, but in the end, you will lose money. So if you see the urgency here and you say now, okay, maybe I should buy real estate earlier than planned, or you just want to have the information how much money you need to buy your first apartment, might be a small one just to take this appreciation, then feel free to register on our website for a free initial consultation. We're happy to help you, explain you the situation in more detail, answering all your questions so you can make an informed decision if real estate is a correct idea in your situation. Take care and talk to you soon.